everyone, it's Carl Brown from GL365 Today we're going to take a look at how to play To Be With You by Mr. Big. Now this song has got a lot of bar chords in it, so if you're not used to bar chords or you want to learn how to do them, maybe this is a good one to start with. So it's got a pretty much just one bar chord, a couple things, and it's got a solo that is a little bit more advanced, but we're going to cover all of it. And it also has a little moving bass line that he does on the record and he does live, but it's not essential to the song, so you're going to be able to make the decision whether you want to leave it in or out. So anyway, we start here right straight with the verse in the song. This is a C sharp minor chord. This is a bar at the 4th fret across the 1st through 5th strings. Your second finger at the 5th fret on the B string, pinky at the 6th fret on the G, and then your third finger at the 6th fret on the D string. So you put all that together. Let the tip of your finger mute the low E string. Now the rhythm he's kind of using for most of this song can be played like this. 2 big downstrokes, then a quick down up that's a little bit lighter. So it's like, and then you pretty much do that on all the chords. So you do that once on each chord. Then it goes to an E major chord, just a basic E major. Then an A suspended second chord. Now this is just an A major chord, but with the second string left open. So you're just strumming 5 strings just like you would a regular A major chord there. Back down to the E major. So that's the basic chords for the verse. Alright, then it gets to the part that I would call a pre-chorus. That sounds like this. So that's just going from the A sus to the E twice. Then it goes to a D major chord, and the rhythm kind of changes there. He kind of plays the straight, kind of just straight downstrokes on it, just relaxed downstrokes. Then we have a B7 chord. This is a B dominant 7 chord. Now, if you know your bar chords, basic ones like this, the easy one to play this is going to be once again a bar across the 1st through 5th strings with the 6th string muted with the tip of your 1st finger, your pinky at the 4th fret on the B string, and your 3rd finger at the 4th fret on the D. You're going to let that G string be held by the bar here, so that's going to be a 2nd fret on that G string. Got a dominant 7th chord, which gives this kind of tense quality that leads us to the chorus. Alright, now the chorus is where you can have a couple of choices of what you want to do it. How he actually plays it is like this. Alright, so what's going on there? He's got a bass line that Billy Sheehan does on the bass, but Paul Gilbert also does on the guitar with him at the very beginning of. So you strum an E major chord, then he lays his thumb down at the 2nd fret on the 6th string, reach your pinky up to the 4th fret, and then go back down to the open. So we got this. Alright, it's a difficult maneuver. It's kind of with your thumb and your pinky stretching way up there. So feel free to just play the same chord sequence but without that bass line. It's just like this. Alright, or you can throw the bass line in. So after this, so from that first bass line, then it goes to the A sus2. Then it goes to a B major chord. Now that is the 4th fret on the 2nd string, 3rd string, and 4th string. with your second fret on the A string. I like to hold that with my pinky. You might be more comfortable to hold it just with your third finger, that little bar across the fourth fret, across the 2, 3, and 4th strings. All right, so we got pretty much the same thing done 4 times, and obviously you can leave out that bass line if you want. Then it goes back to the verse and all that good stuff, back to the chorus, the pre-chorus and the chorus, and then after that second chorus we have what would be the bridge. Now that bridge starts with this stuff, just an A suspended second chord. So we just go start with an A suspended second chord, and then to the C sharp minor, that was the first chord in the verse, to a G major chord. That's the chord that leads into the guitar solo. So we have then we go into the guitar solo. Now this guitar solo is actually finger picked with 2 fingers, the thumb and the index finger. But since we're strumming the song for the entire thing, he probably live what he does is hybrid pick it. Now that way you don't really have to drop your pick and then grab a new pick for the rest of the song. So what I'm going to do for this solo is actually pick, the whole solo is pretty much you're picking 2 strings together, mostly just kind of double stops a lot. So the bottom note of each double stop I will pick with a pick, and then the top note I will play with my middle finger. All right, so here's a solo. Alright, so it's got some tricky little maneuvers in there. So let's just start to dissect it. We're going to start with these double stops here. The second fret on the D string, and then you get with your middle finger, you're going to pluck the first fret on the G string. Okay. So we got, I'm losing my mind here. Alright, now I got it back. So we have those 2 together, then you're going to take their 4th fret on the D and the 2nd fret on the G, still picking it the same way with the bottom string with your, the D string with your pick, and then your middle finger gets the 3rd string. You're going to pick those 2 notes and slide it up to 2 frets. So now it's going to be 4 on the G and 6 on the D. Come over and grab that 5th fret on the B string by itself, just with your middle finger. He kind of snaps it too. Then we have 7 on the D, 6 on the G. Leave the 3rd finger there, just go back and grab the 4th fret now with it on the G string. So it goes. So we had this. Then we have the 4th fret on both the G and the D strings. So you pick those 2 together, and then you do it again, but this time hammer on at the 6th fret on the D string, and while leaving that 3rd string to ring. You do that twice. So we got this. And then the bass player goes just some kind of crazy thing on the bass. All right, so then we start with the same figure again. All the way to that chord is the same, and then instead we jump, instead of going, we go over to this 5 on the B string, 4 on the high E. Then with your second finger picking it, your middle finger over here, you're gonna pick the 2nd fret, hammer on to the 4th fret, pull off to the 2nd, pull off to the open string. Then pick the B string with your pick, open B, then the high E string. And after you pick those separately, then pick them together. So we have this. Come down and hit the low E string. Alright, the next phrase we start the same way as we did the first one, all the way to that 7 and 4 chord. We come up and we do some triads up here. So now these are 3-note chords. Now what we're going to do here is 9 on the D, 8 on the G, 7 on the B string, and I'm going to have, since it's 3 chords now, 3 notes, I'm going to have my ring finger pick that top string, which is in this case the B string. Okay, then up to this, that's a B major chord, by the way. And then you move up here to the C sharp minor chord, which is your 11th fret on the D, with a bar, the 9th fret on the G, and across the 9th fret on the G and the B strings. Same 3 strings. So you hit that chord twice. Alright, then we have the little lead lick. So that's just 11, slide into the 11th fret on the A string, then play 9, 11 on the D string, then 9 on the G, 12 on the B string, back to that 9 on the G string, then the 10 on the B, and then 9 on the B, back to 10, and 12. Slide into the 9th fret now on the G string to the 11th fret on the D. Back to the double stop here at the 5th fret on the B and 4th fret on the high E. Same pull off figure as before, pick the same. So we have the pull off all the way to the open string, pick the B string open, the high E string open, and then come up and grab, instead of hitting these 2 strings open by themselves again, you do the harmonic version of this. At the 12th fret, lightly touch, like your 3rd finger, across the, right above the 12th fret, and pick the same 2 strings again. And then grab the 11th fret on the G with your pick, and slide it up to the 13th. Alright, then it goes back to the chords of the pre-chorus. Okay, and then it pauses there. Then we change keys. We modulate up a minor 3rd to the key of G major. And same, so it's basically the same chord progression, but once again, we're going to have a bass line here. So, then from here, so we have from the G to C chord. So that bass line, if you want to do it, it goes G, then the open A string to the 2nd fret on the B, back to the G on the 6th string, to a standard C major chord, to the G major chord, the D major chord, I'm sorry, back to the G major chord. Now you notice I'm playing the G now without the 3rd fret on the B string, just that B string's now open. Now the 3rd time it goes So that third time, we added, instead of going back to the G, we can C, D to a standard E minor chord. Just hit twice, then it goes back to the beginning to play it for the 4th time through, which is back to normal. So after playing that chorus 4 times, we're gonna go that progression 4 times through, back to the standard, the chorus in E major. Now, sometimes he does this, he does it on the recording, I believe, where same process, the 3rd time through, move it up to the C sharp minor. So the bar chord that started the verse, and then do the chorus one more time. All right. So that's the basics of To Be With You. It's a pretty basic song for the most part. A lot of open chords that are pretty easy. Just a couple of bar chords and a little tricky solo with some double stops and some hybrid picking, or you can finger pick it like he does on the recording. But if you don't want to drop your pick, you're probably going to have to hybrid pick it. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. I enjoyed doing it. Please give me some requests for more songs at guitarlessons365.com. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.